Well, here, I'm just going to say it.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there.
Say it. Let it out.
You, audience, are only interested in us for our impersonations. They don't care about us as people. They only care about what we have to offer.
So the hot take is you, the viewer, don't really like us.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, you're just guys.
Why did I react like I just heard it for the first time? Ooh, yeah.
Wow, somebody smart must have said that.
Yeah, yeah.
We're Threezus, there's three of us. We're weird as fuck and that's our deal. This could go anywhere, so buckle up and Threezus take the wheel.
Hi.
What's up, everybody? What's up, Threezus Nation?
Wow, yes.
Threes Nation.
Threes Nation, the nation of threes.
Yeah, we love the number 3.
Where everyone hangs out in groups of 3.
Yeah.
It's time
for
another episode.
It's time
of the
3. Another episode.
Wow.
That's
Hell
right.
yeah.
We're the Threezus podcast, right, Daniel?
Yeah.
Right, Daniel.
What do we do on this show?
I am also Daniel.
We talk about how much we love each other. And
I guess we do that sometimes.
Yeah. And we also talk about things that are spicy.
What?
And music and making things up.
This is not quite what I envisioned our synopsis to be.
Well, also because 2 of the 3 people in this podcast can't really handle spice. So
That's true. Yeah.
I can't handle spice.
no, you're the 3rd person, Daniel.
Oh.
So yeah, we wanted to read some comments, right?
That's right, because on this podcast, we have a tradition, and that tradition involves reading your 5-star reviews from Apple Podcasts.
Yes, go write those 5-star reviews, and
On
we
Apple
might shout
Podcasts.
you out. Yes, on Apple Podcast, not on just
Apple
like Yelp
Podcast.
or something.
Actually, you know what? I want that. If somebody makes a Yelp
We
page,
don't have a business on
let
Yelp,
me
though.
know.
Okay, yeah,
I know,
well.
but like, just make one.
Here's the deal,
Yeah.
viewers and listeners.
Yeah.
If you leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts for the Threezus podcast, then we will shout you out and read your comments. And
It gave me the image of like somebody leaving a 5-star review on another podcast, but for us, just because we didn't specify that it needs to be on our podcast.
That's right. That's true.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
Daniel, I believe that
you have
will
one?
be shouting out someone. Is that correct?
Oh yes, that is true. This person is named Bailey Boudreau.
Boudreau.
That.
Bailey
Hi,
Boudreau.
Bailey.
How you doing?
What's
Shout
up?
out to you.
What's up, BB?
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah,
What's up,
yeah.
BB? Shout out to Bailey
There's
Boudreau.
also a yellow heart and a sunflower. Anyways, the title of the review says "Praise Threezus," and they say,
Take us to church.
"You guys are amazing and are funny as hell. I wish I could meet you guys. And Danny, you're definitely attractive. But I gotta say, I would definitely marry Mason.
Oh, wow.
I love you guys. Never stop doing this. You guys brighten my day.
Oh,
Thank you, Bailey.
Thank you, Bailey.
Thank you, Bailey. You basically played
I
Fuck,
like-
Marry, Kill with the 3 of us.
Oh, no!
Thank you, Bailey.
Daniel really appreciates it, Bailey. Thank you
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much.
Yeah.
More people should be like Bailey.
Not acknowledging Daniel at all.
I do think this is funny, and I want to keep doing this bit, but I also
Yeah.
want to like interject and say we appreciate that this is a positive comment.
Yeah,
from
that's a very
Bailey.
positive comment.
Yeah, that's why I chose it specifically.
Yeah.
That's just thank you so much, Bailey.
Yeah. I'm glad you think I'm attractive, but you'd marry Mason. I get
Okay,
that.
yeah. And we know in our heart of hearts that this is not about Daniel feeling left out.
Yeah, I'm not even
now
on
back
it.
to the bit.
Oh, shit. She'd kill Daniel.
Oh, I'm dead.
I got the clearly worse 3rd alternative.
Thanks, Bailey Boudreau.
Yeah.
Now, Danny, do you have
Yes,
anyone?
I
you'd like
do.
to shout
I do.
out?
It's by Zach the Bro.
What up, Zach the Bro?
What's up,
No
bruh?
spaces. It's just all one thing.
Zach the
But it is
Bro.
capitalized accordingly. ZTB, right?
Good job,
basically.
ZTB.
And his is labeled punishment.
Oh.
Yeah. So this punishment we went with, and I did. It is.
That's right.
Yeah. Make him not be able to. So him being me, I guess.
Here, wait, hold on. Like, just for some context. So, also, if you we do competitions between ourselves on this show, right?
Yeah.
And when we have losers, we like to have punishments, right?
Yeah.
And we like to get our punishment inspiration from
Sadistic.
you.
Yeah.
So, if you leave those 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts, we will do the punishment that you propose.
Like the classic
within reason.
Yakuza, cut your pinky finger off. And
Yes,
present
keep it within reason, but I believe this one is within reason.
Yes,
right?
it is. Make him not be able to rinse his toothbrush before he puts toothpaste on it, because for context, also Daniel used to. He is a changed man, a reformed man.
Reformed.
He used to brush his teeth without putting any water on his toothbrush
or toothpaste.
Yeah, and so just going in raw dog, right?
Yeah, he just went in raw and dry.
Raw and dry. I tried it this morning.
Right, because Danny, to be clear, Danny did what the commenter said to do here.
Yeah, I lost. I don't remember what it was, but I lost something.
So you did what Zach the Bro told you to, Danny, and how did it turn out?
It was sad.
It was great.
It was sad. It was sad.
Just sad.
Well, yeah, it was just a less good experience. It wasn't like I hated myself, but it was definitely like the beginning it's. Bless you.
Sorry.
The beginning was significantly worse. Just because you kind of have to I almost felt like I was salivating more to compensate.
Yeah, that's
and,
normal.
But it wasn't that awful, but it definitely was
you just gotta
less than
go
fine
in,
using water.
You just got to go and think about saltine crackers.
Oh.
And that'll, get the glands expressed.
Your natural mouth lube.
So for a moment, Danny, you knew what it was like to be Daniel?
Yes, I did. And I'm glad I'm
Did you
Danny.
also have a weird craving?
Well, thank you so much, Zach the Bro, and big shout out to you. Danny did what you said.
Yes.
And he didn't like it.
He didn't
I didn't like it, but it wasn't that bad. I do believe that it wasn't anywhere near as bad as Mason's punishment.
Right, because Danny did this punishment in response to losing a competition. I lost a competition a couple episodes back.
Yeah.
And we even agreed on that episode that in that episode, I revealed that I think parodies are cringy and bad, and I don't like them, and they make me uncomfortable.
Yeah,
So you guys decided that if I were to lose my next competition,
which you did
I have
in
to
that
make
same
and perform
episode.
a parody on the podcast.
Yeah.
And I lost, and I fucking hated it.
Yeah.
And I have made a parody.
Yes. So what Mason did? Oh yeah.
This is we're about to perform it now, and. I'm gonna hate you can't hate me more than I hate myself, is what I want to let all our viewers know.
It's a good mentality.
This is Mason performing a parody that makes him feel dirty to his core, and it's a parody of Savage
by Megan Thee Stallion.
By Megan, and
Megan Thee Stallion.
And it's
as if you're an actual,
as if I was a Neanderthal, like
a Neanderthal,
a caveman,
a for real savage. Yeah.
So I can't believe I'm about to do this, but hit it, guys.
One,
drop a beat.
Ready.
I'll do it.
Go.
Okay. I'm a savage. Simple, lacking attire. Grunting, discovering fire. Stone tools are most effective. Homo erectus. I'm a savage. That's it. I'm gonna go.
All right. Yeah, you know what
I'm gonna
though?
go now.
I was hard that whole time.
Denny was erectus.
I was erectus. I was Homo erectus.
He
yeah.
was Homo
that was pretty good actually. I'm not gonna lie. I really liked the Stone Tools Are Most Effective. Homo erectus is a good one. Yeah.
I think that if enough people like and give a 5-star review, that we should make it into a whole
if enough savages follow us. Then,
you guys don't understand
we'll
how hard this was on me. Like I felt so filthy writing this. You know what, y'all? I recently was I really don't know why I'm choosing to say this on the podcast, but do you guys have anything like weird about your bodies?
Oh,
okay, I
yes.
One thing about my feet, for example, is that my I don't know what to call it, index toe, like my first little toe.
Okay.
Not your
next to your
big
big
toe.
toe.
Sits on top of my big toe, like just with how my feet
Oh.
are.
What?
There's not really
Ew. Oh.
Nope.
there's not really like a point in showing this too much.
What?
Yeah, let me put it to the microphone.
What
Yeah,
do you,
yeah, they can hear
What
that.
do you have to say?
But I'm showing the cameras for our YouTube version, but for those of you who don't know, just picture your foot, but my little toes.
Just picture your foot, but if you imagine my foot instead.
Yeah, it's like if you cross your fingers, but with your two biggest toes.
Yeah, and that's just how my feet are naturally shaped. Like in my most relaxed resting
yeah,
position.
what a weird.
Why
My
are
index
toes
toes
so
sit
long?
on top of my big toe.
Your toes.
Oh, I also
your
have really
toes are-
long toes too.
Yeah. You guys both have
my
long
toes are little
toes.
fingers. Yeah, I can see why Danny's are the same too. It got me thinking that it's just a minute little thing about my body. I'm not particularly self-conscious about it, but
Yeah.
I was just wondering if
Maybe
you
you
guys have
should
any
be.
bodily weirdnesses.
Yeah. Well, staying with the feet,
And if you should talk to your doctor about
Yeah,
them.
yeah. So
Staying with your feet?
I pee 17 times a day. No, I I with my feet, I have very hairy feet. I have like Hobbit-esque feet.
Okay.
This is something that I've
You
make
got
a note
some
of a lot.
toenails.
When I went to go on Bachelor Presents Listen to Your Heart, I actually shaved my feet.
Are you
I don't
serious?
know
Because
why.
you're self-conscious?
I was self-conscious, and my mom was also very much like, she wanted me to get like mani-pedis and look as hot as possible in case I met the love of my life. And
Yeah.
Mom?
Yeah.
Did
Shout
the
out,
shaved
Mom.
feet come into play?
I did hit up the jacuzzi at one point.
Did they have was there a weird, awkward in between phase where you had stubbly feet?
Oh, probably.
Like 5 o'clock shadow on your
5
feet?
o'clock shadow on my feet. Yeah. But no, I mean, I don't know. I'm not like self-conscious about it, but it is something I like to bring up a lot because I guess I own it at this point.
I got one.
Yeah, please.
So I've been doing like a bit of yoga lately, and I'm pretty sure that my arms are shorter than normal people's arms.
I have short arms too. I
Yeah.
like when I stand up straight. Yeah, like if I put my again, this is all visual, so I don't know where the fuck we're doing this. But like basically,
Oh, Daniel's arms are short. Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah,
proportional to my body. Danny and I are roughly the same height, but his arms go much further down himself than mine go down myself.
Yeah.
That was a stupid way of
Yeah,
saying that.
let's just say, like, my arms
That's
are
like a
going down
really
on me.
complicated way to say that your arms are short.
My arms
Yeah,
are
yeah.
short for my frame. The next thing I'm about to say that I've noticed about my body is actually extremely normal.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, like I've noticed recently that please don't cry, guys, when I tell you the bad news. But
What?
I'm balding.
They're just like, I'm dying.
dying.
Yeah.
No, I'm
balding? Yeah.
It's also ironic that I say this at a time when like my hair is non-cut and
Your
it's
hair is
insane
wild.
and big.
Yeah.
But I've noticed recently that my hair is definitely thinner than it used to be.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like
Well, if it helps, we don't notice.
thanks, guys.
Yeah, I don't know.
But the thing is,
or at least I don't.
Well,
No,
if
but
it helps,
okay, but
I'm
hold on though, like
balding.
because it's actually like kind of nerve wracking to realize you're starting to go bald because
Sure.
like you don't notice now, but kind of the theme of balding
Yeah,
is that
you-
one day you will
you
notice.
like AB,
Yeah.
you AB your
Right.
photos, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah, like if I was pregnant, you can't just be like, that's okay because we don't see that. because
we don't
eventually
see pregnancy.
Eventually you'll see the
eventually you'll see
pregnancy.
it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so I'm scalp pregnant, but the opposite, where my
Your
hair's all
scalp is
falling.
Scalp gets bigger and bigger.
But I'm balding, and it's it's not like a huge deal, but like I definitely have become more self-conscious and stuff. Like
Yeah.
I bought conditioner, and I was like looking at the conditioner labels, being like, do any of these like help with like hair?
Do
Just
they?
asking for a friend?
Yeah. For a friend.
Not that I could find, but I also didn't look very carefully.
Yeah, I know that you've acknowledged it when we've done like our impersonation covers or any certain videos. I think you've been like, "Oh man, my hair looks kind of thin there."
I've been like, yeah, totally. I've been like, for the first time in my life, I've been like combing my hair before camera appearances and stuff because it's easier for the hair to be uneven now because there are bald patches. But basically, like I'm crowning.
Crowd. Oh no, it's coming. It's coming.
No, but it's called like
Mason's giving birth.
it's called. I'm pregnant, guys. I'm telling you.
To his scalp, baby.
Yeah, no, it's called crown. It's called crown balding though, where it's
Crown
like,
baldness, yeah.
like where it's like the very top of my head if you
Yeah.
had a bird's eye view.
It's like a fryer.
Yeah,
Regal.
Yeah.
I'm a friar now.
Fryer.
Yeah, no, but what's interesting and cool about running a podcast is that we had the opportunity to mention my baldness to someone who then tried
You're
to help
welcome.
us.
Yeah. Like someone actually wanted to provide us with a product that might help.
Yeah, and this is like, by the way, breaking the fourth wall of a podcast.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
are very, very proud to have our very first sponsor.
Very first sponsor.
Very first sponsor of the Threezus podcast.
You'll always be in our hearts.
And it's very appropriate because it's almost like they knew I was balding.
It's like they watched the podcast.
their balding
and-
senses
and,
were
like,
tingling.
saw-
Yeah, and they noticed.
Today
Yeah.
we're partnering with Keeps, y'all.
Yeah,
And
Keeps.
we're 3 people, right? And one out of the 3 of us
Yes.
is balding, but 2 out of 3 guys will experience male pattern baldness.
MPB, as they say.
And like it'll start and they'll experience it in some form by the time
that
you're 35.
means either
One of us,
me or Danny.
Daniel or I
That's
were-
right. One
yeah.
of Danny and Daniel is marked for death.
I think it's me.
Oh, really?
Well, because I feel like my sides are getting a little bit further
like
up.
a
Thinner?
receding hairline.
Or like they're
Okay.
receding. Yeah, like I might be experiencing a slight receding hairline going on, and my forehead will become a 5 head.
So we're
Yeah,
man.
and maybe a 6 head.
so now we're banking on Danny being the next one to go down.
Yeah, please no. I'm already graying.
And
yeah, when I think about my grandpa, he still has hair and he's like 80 something. So
dude, my grandpa had amazing hair and he had all of it.
dad's side or mom's side?
mom's mom's side.
Ooh, that's
Wait,
the
isn't
side
that
you look
the-
at. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think that's a
Yeah.
myth, by the way.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, because growing up, I was always like, I have my dad's hair, and my dad has crown baldness, and
Yeah.
blah blah blah. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get it. I have thin ass hair as it is, and people would always be like, "It's okay, Mason. It's your mom's day. It's your mom's
Wow.
day. You get bullied for your mom's day, Mason." And
How
that
did you
was-
deal with your friends?
I
dude?
know.
Those
I
are-
broke
yeah.
up with all of them.
Yeah, yeah.
But basically, I think that's a myth because I'm balding now. My mom's side has great hair, and now I'm losing it.
So
But
take that.
to be clear, I'm really proud of having my dad's hair and look in general. So I don't mind this.
It
In
means
general.
you'll look like Einstein when you're in your 70s.
Yeah, because my dad looks a lot like Albert Einstein. Shout out Norm.
Shout out Norm.
But also, prevention is key, right? Because
Yeah.
the thing is the name of the game when trying to help treat baldness and prevent hair loss is not to first go bald,
Yeah.
and then try to grow it back like a hair farmer.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
With the little hair
yeah.
rake.
The name of the game is entirely prevention.
seeds
So
in
it's
your
Yeah.
it's good to get
Yeah.
in front of the problem.
Yeah.
And it's funny that
Dress
you
it
mentioned
now,
that.
yeah.
You're like, Danny, I think you're marked for death, right?
Yeah.
But
Jesus.
I think that
Yeah.
I think that now's a great time to get ahead of the game,
Yeah.
and that way you won't lose
Honestly,
your hair.
I'm down. I'm super down.
Yeah,
So-
and with Keeps, I think one of the big things is that you can just get it to your house and not have to go outside.
And you don't have to
Be-
okay. I'm about to say something that makes me sound pretty dumb, but
What?
basically, I made a Keeps account, right?
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
And something about the fact that I didn't have to tell another person that I was balding really helped.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I typed it in.
It's like a
to-
therapy session.
Yeah. If you just pass them notes, though.
Yeah.
But basically,
Don't tell anyone.
yeah, you go
Yeah.
on the Keeps website and you do the things they ask you to, but the anonymity is kind of nice.
Yeah.
You don't have to go anywhere and
Yeah.
be able to ship it to your house.
I mean, I get shy and easily embarrassed. So thank you, Keeps.
Yeah, thanks, Keeps.
Yeah. They make it super easily. They deliver your medication directly to you every 3 months.
Right,
Or
yeah.
so, the way that you would like it to be done.
Right. And if you use our promo code, you can go to keeps.com/Threezus to receive your first month treatment for free.
Yeah.
That's
Keeps and Threezus, three. How did you get
you
here if
forgot
you don't
the
know how
middle
to
part,
spell?
Daniel.
keeps.com/Threezus.
slash
Keeps Threezus.
Threezus.
Daniel,
Mason.
last night.
Danny. Oh, I felt left out.
Donkey!
I felt left out.
Donkey.
Yeah.
Last night, you came up to me as I was sitting at my desk,
Oh,
and you told me
okay.
that you wanted to start another hot take time.
Hot take time.
Okay,
HTT.
yes. I was.
Which is the sound you make when you're holding something hot. Yeah.
So I was sitting on the toilet.
Toilet for everyone who.
Toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, the toilet, our French friends call it.
toilet.
Listening to a podcast. Sorry, I wasn't listening to our podcast. I was listening to a different podcast.
Cheater.
Yeah,
But
asshole.
they were talking about something about parenting. I don't know. I didn't really pay attention. But
okay.
someone mentioned the phrase using common sense, and that honestly kind of made me because hot take, almost 100% of the time when people are like, "Oh, just use common sense," there's no such thing as common sense.
They're not referring to something that would require common
Because
sense?
common sense means
we all know it.
Yeah, is a belief that this is something that everybody experienced growing up.
Or anyone could figure out with no particular knowledge.
Yeah. And if the person is asking in the first place, that already shows that they don't have that knowledge that you may
What do you mean
have.
asking? Do you mean
Or-
they're...
sorry, if you're in a situation where oh, I don't know what to do here, and the person's like, oh, just use common sense.
as a response to a question about how to do something?
Yeah, to me, it's basically they're just saying oh, just know how to do it.
Idiot.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
solution. It's that doesn't help me.
Yeah.
I had a hot take with regards to. Well, here I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there.
Say it. Let it out.
You, audience,
Oh.
are only interested in us for our impersonations.
Oh,
Yeah.
like you don't love me for me kind of
Yeah,
thing?
you
Yeah,
only
yeah,
love
yeah.
me because of my impersonation.
Yeah.
What
I
is
guess
with that, you guys?
This is specific to Mason and myself, I guess. Or-
Wait, what?
What? But to
Wait,
elaborate.
what's the hot take about?
The hot take is that people only care about things like my Fetty Wap
Oh.
person. They don't care about us
Yeah.
as people. They
Oh,
only
okay.
care about what we have
So
to
the hot
offer.
take is you, the viewer, don't really like us.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, you're just guys.
Why did I
faces and
react like I just heard it
voices.
for the first time? Ooh, yeah.
Wow, somebody smart must have said that.
Yeah. So because I guess the reason why I thought about this was sometimes it is difficult to have, and this is me just being real. It's very difficult for us to get people to want to care about us as human beings, right?
Yeah, and I take it that that's your ideal, right?
Yeah, the ideal is that people watch our content regardless of what it is and think like, oh, I want to follow this person. I want to see, like, this person seems interesting and I want to,
like, they're subscribed to like the creator rather than the
yeah,
product.
yeah.
Brand,
Whereas, like,
yeah.
I know that we clearly have a very viral concept, which is the impersonation covers, right? Well,
yeah.
You guys do impersonation covers?
yeah. Daniel's never watched one, but and those by far garner the most viewership. But I have found, obviously, that if we post things that aren't that, a lot of people just don't care to watch it at all. And
I guess and I will say that, like, although I try very hard to not like lean into the negative feelings that are associated with that.
Yeah.
It is hard though, because like, obviously, if you do one thing and that one thing is only a small portion of the things you enjoy doing, and then everyone tells you that they wish you were 100% that thing, it kind of feels like a rejection of the other 98% of things that you care about.
Yeah, for me specifically, I want to do a lot more original music, and I found that probably 5% of the people who have like watched our stuff even really know that I do original music. And like, specifically for me, I the impersonations aren't something that I ever planned on doing for a living for a long time. I want to do music, and sometimes I'm
That's
like,
always been your goal.
Yeah, and it sometimes it makes me sad thinking like, oh man, a lot of the people who watch our stuff and enjoy our stuff and subscribe to the channel and all that kind of stuff, while that's awesome, most of them don't know about or care about possibly what I actually genuinely want to do for a living.
And it kind of forces you into a corner where you either can like dance for them and like do what you perceive they want from you.
Yeah.
With the kind of just like vague like hope that eventually you'll be able to pivot off of it and not lose them. And that's kind of a hard. Yeah.
But also maybe it is like, especially in terms of lifestyle and wanting to like follow me on like social media or whatever. Sometimes it is up to me though to ensure that what I'm doing is follow worthy and consistently, you know, like not boring, for example. It might not be that simple, but like sometimes I try and convince myself like, okay, how am I supposed to make today not boring? Or how do I, you know, spice up my everyday?
It's a natural pressure to put on yourself because like, although I agree somewhat with the hot take of like, you, the viewer, don't like me for me.
Yeah,
you like one little thing that's your favorite thing, and you don't give a shit about me otherwise. Like I identify with that feeling, but I also at the same time like acknowledge that like you, the viewer, don't owe me anything.
That's true.
So it's
That's
like
true.
you know, if my career only exists because I made something that you wanted to see, and it's not unfair for you to be like, well, that's all I want to see from you. I don't have to want more from you. But it's hard to balance those two thoughts because they're kind of contradictory. So I don't really know where that puts me, but I do feel that, Danny, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I think maybe that's just me screaming from my insides about like, hey, I love if you loved me for things other than the person. Oh,
Danny's insides?
Oh, Daniel's
Hello?
listening to my insides. Yeah.
No, I mean, as viewers, like it's easy for you to at home to like watch these and just be like, that's like me, but if I was in front of a camera. But your whole life rhythm really changes a lot, and you think a lot about stuff you didn't used to think about when you make stuff for people all the time. And it's hard to separate like the fact that you have work and an audience from your like human emotions, which feel easily validated or invalidated by how many people say they like your things. And so when like people are like, no, don't do the things you really care about. Do more of that one thing you did that one time. It kind of feels rejecty.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So I encourage you, if you want, feel free to listen to my music or watch any of our content. We are clearly proud of all of it.
Yeah.
So,
And ask yourself if you thought it was well done, as opposed to if you enjoyed it, like if you enjoyed, as opposed to, is this like
an impersonation
targeted
cover.
viral exactly, like is this a targeted viral video that they have to make because that's the kind of things people click on.
Definitely. So we're going to end this one word at a time.
One.
Sure, let's end it one word at a
okay.
time.
Thank
You
For
watching.
and
you
should
always
be
together
when
you
experience
loneliness.
Bye everybody.
Bye everybody.